Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Missy. Thanks for joining me again for another video. This layout is for My Scraps and More, and I made this a couple weeks ago for one of our Scrap Lift Saturday challenges, and I went ahead and did a little cut file here. I created this in my Silhouette software. It says, I thank my lucky stars for you, and I'm using the Serendipity collection from American Crafts. And at this point, I wasn't sure how I wanted to back it, so I had a couple of papers there that I was testing out. Now, one of our members, she goes by Petunia on the boards. She created a layout similar to this, and I chose her layout to lift for the challenge. And I'm kind of copying her celestial stars background because she used a different collection, but her background was similar to this. And I think her title was You're Out of This World, and she did it on the curve on the right. And so I decided to lift that whole idea and do a curved title, except I cut mine on my Cameo. Now the circle cut file with the stars, that is one of the newer cut files from the cut shop. And of course, off the top of my head, I can't think of the name of it, but I will look it up and link it below if it's something that you're interested in getting. And I wanted to cut it kind of small so I could layer it underneath my pictures and kind of use the stars to fill up the rest of the circle, because I didn't want my words to go completely all the way around. And so I thought the stars, since that is part of my title, I thought the stars coming out on the left side of the picture would look cute. And so that's how I'm going to use that cut file. So I'm just working on some layers here, and this is kind of different for me. I don't usually start with a dark background, but I've been kind of wanting to use that dark navy blue sky galaxy, whatever you want to call that, paper for a long time, and this was perfect for it. And I was very inspired by her layout and couldn't wait to use it. So this is kind of how I'm going to design the page here. And the good thing about doing circles like this with titles or anything that you design in your software, it kind of automatically gives you a spot to put your picture. You know, obviously it needs to go in the middle here if you want to be able to read all the words. And so that kind of cuts out a lot of the guesswork. So this is a good technique to do if you know, you're kind of stuck for an idea, and this kind of helps you make the design here. So I play around with a couple different papers here, and I wasn't sure how I wanted to back those words, because obviously the background paper is dark, and so I wanted whatever I put behind it to be light so you could read it. So I decide on this marbled teal and white. So it kind of gives it a variation in color, but it's still light enough to where you can read the words against that dark background. And this took no time at all, because each word is backed with a different paper, or a different part of that same paper, but it didn't take long because there are not that many open spots. So I wanted to jazz up this cute little star circle cut file, and I do a couple things to it, and I wanted it to be gold, and I wanted it to be shiny and sparkly. So I start with my gold Heidi Swapp Color Shine and just give it a couple sprays, and then I come in with the Butter Color Shine, which is yellow, and give it a couple sprays. And I'm liking the colors, but it wasn't sparkly enough, I guess you could say. So I keep working with it. And I like how that looks, but it just wasn't what I wanted to go for. So I keep going. I take the lid out, or the nozzle out, and actually just use it kind of as a brush, and that's the gold, to see if that would jazz it up a little more. And I wind up embossing, and I did that and forgot to turn on the camera, of course. I took my embossing ink and dabbed it on, and then dumped the gold embossing glitter powder on it and heated it up, and it turned out exactly with what I wanted it to look like. It was sparkly, and it was textured, and it was very, very bright. Do you remember these old things? Basil chips? How long have they been around? Chipboard shapes. I'm going to use this star here, and yeah, I went way back in the back of the drawer for these. I occasionally will go digging in my drawer, and I'm like, what is that? How long have I had that? apparently since I started scrapbooking, because those things are old. I'm going to jazz up this cute little star here, and I put some white gesso on it. I'm going to use some paint and some gelatos. I want it to kind of have all the colors in the star that are in the papers, which is the yellow, the pink, and the teal. And so I just take several gelatos and kind of make a, you know, collage, I guess you could say, of different colors. And I just use my finger and smudge it around a little bit so it matches. Add a little bit of gold. I really had fun doing this, and you know, I don't alter chipboard a lot, but this was fun, and I think I want to do it again. So I'm going to dry those little dots, and I know I turn my voice down because I talk to myself as I'm creating this kind of thing, you know, when you're scrapbooking, and I always, you know, get rid of that and voice it over. But as I was making that, I kept saying, ooh, I love this. Ooh, I love this. I love this. And it was fun. So here I decided to add some more embossing, and I just take a stamp that's got some sketchy little lines on it, dab it on, very messy like, dump the powder on it, and it's very splotchy. I love how it looks. And then I heat it up, and I don't know what it is about embossing, but it's just so cool to watch the powder kind of melt and fade into this shiny whatever you want to call it. I love it. I love it. I love how that star turned out. It was really fun. I need to do that kind of thing more often. And it goes perfect with my theme and my title, and it just looks really, I like the way it looks right there. Even though it's a big star, I think it's a really good embellishment to go right there. Pop dots, well, they're not dots anymore. Pop packaging. Raise the photo up a little bit and add some thread, surprise, surprise. And I'm going to be pulling some flare buttons from my stash because they match perfectly, and I love flare buttons. And I was trying to be really careful not to cover up any of the words because I wanted them to be able to be read, because that's my title. And, you know, there's parts of them that are kind of overlapped, but you can still read what it says. So I have a lot of embellishments left, and I kind of wanted to work a few of them into this page without it being too overwhelming. And I didn't really want to go outside of the circle. And I'm sure if you had the Serendipity collection, then you probably had these cute little plain white die-cut words that you could watercolor. And I do a couple things to these. I paint them, I mist them. I was trying to echo what I did with the star, but it just looked muddy. You can barely even see that. And when you put it on the picture, it blended in. And so I decided to emboss it. So I put all of the ink on there, or the embossing fluid, and I do the same thing. I coat it in the glitter. Why do I keep calling it glitter? It's embossing powder. And then I heat it up, and I love how it looks. I think I could heat emboss anything in my room with gold embossing powder, and it would look 10 times better. I think I should just emboss my glasses with gold embossing glitter. That would be awesome. People would probably look at me funny, but hey, they're gold, right? All right, more flare buttons, more thread. Nah, I don't think I would really do that to my glasses, but if I had a spare pair, I might, because I can go crazy with that gold embossing powder there. I do add a couple of little stars that, I think they were the stars that were the punch outs of that star cut file. And I just paint one of them yellow, and I paint one of them pink. And I just stick them in there for added embellishments. Oh wait, I don't paint that one. I color it with a gelato. I'm really liking how this turned out. It's really, really neat to see what you can come up with when you are lifting another scrapbooker, because you know, you see their layout and you love it, and then you kind of just tweak it to make it your own when you lift it. And I never would have come up with this idea if I had not seen her layout. And, you know, I really thought I'm probably never going to use this star paper or this galaxy paper ever. And then lo and behold, I come up with something that I really, really was excited about. And I love how it turned out. And that's just a gold pen. I think it's by Pentel. Gold metallic. It also came with a silver and a copper or bronze. And that's what I used for my journaling because it went with the Heidi Swapp Color Shine. And, you know, there's lots of gold on here. So that's what I went with. And I didn't have a lot of journaling. You know, it was just a cute selfie of us on a date one night. And so just a little bit of journaling. And I get these flare buttons from a Flare for Buttons. If you are interested, I can give you some more information on those. I love that gold bokeh heart. And look what I just did. I dropped it. Thank goodness I was able to wipe that glue off. At least it wasn't a big thing of, you know, black paint or something, which has happened before. I'm going to use some of my old white ink there to stamp the date, and that's pretty much it. So there's the final page. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure you check out myscrapsandmore.com. The forums are always full of challenges. Our Facebook page for all kinds of goodies and things going on. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for subscribing and for watching. And I will see you guys next time. Have a great day.